Hey, what were we doing? It's been
You know
like
what?
3 weeks. I don't remember.
You know what? That's actually leading me into a very important point. I have a confession to you guys. I have not surpassed this point in the game. I think I disclosed like a couple episodes ago that I got to this point. I got to the door. I solved the riddle. I opened it. The game crashed. And I have not picked it back up since. Which is interesting, because I had thought I was having a good time.
I believe this is Mindy's apartment. And I think we've been here before, but apparently I left all the valuable stuff.
One of the big deterrents for picking it back up has actually been, like, the loading screens, to be totally honest.
Yeah, this thing, like, if it's not on an SSD, it takes like a good minute and a half to load up at the start, and that's kind of a pain. Oh right, there was something else I wanted to do over here.
I've gotten distracted by a bunch of like slick, breezy indie games in the interim. Like honestly, like West of Loathing was the first really big hit, and there's the Cat Lady, which actually I don't know if I would characterize the Cat Lady as slick precisely, but interesting.
Hey, it's Corvo's house.
And, recently I started playing City of Brass, which is basically this... It plays almost exactly like this game does for me, except with about 1/4 of the mechanics. And is somehow also really good.
So I take it this is Corvo's home back when he lived here. So this is like pre-meeting
this is
Jessamine.
him as a kid. His mother's sad that he got taken off to Dunwall.
Corvo must have lived here 3 decades ago at least.
On the other hand, you know, I mean, on the one hand, yeah, losing your kid sucks. On the other hand, now he's not throwing bottles at people from rooftops anymore.
How do you know that?
Just like we said last time, no one likes Dennis the Menace. He's a shitty character.
The trophy my father got for winning the Blade Verbena.
Oh, that's nice. That's nice.
You know what we should do? We should take that trophy all the way to the end game.
Oh.
And right as we revive Corvo from his carbonite, we beat him in the head with it.
No, we just hold it up, we hold it out to him, and he reaches out for it, and you're like, I think I get the trophy now. I think I've earned this.
What the fuck? Hi! Sorry. Bye now. No.
You have an interesting style to your platforming.
Yeah. Either that or, I don't know, maybe chicken fat really is an effective roofing material.
I think they'll just let me in if I have Byrne. So I guess the question is, what are we going to do with these guys? Should we take out both Byrne and Paolo? Should we just give Paolo Byrne and get the fuck out of here? Or what?
I took out both,
a good question.
but it's a lot of work.
Yeah. We have most of the stuff to do it. We just have to take out Paolo at this point.
It comes down to what exactly we want to examine, I guess. I mean, like, what do we want to show off about this level?
How do I get in? Where's the entrance from this side?
It's back through there, yeah.
Not apparently. Oh, here we go. What? Oh, okay. They don't actually like me all that much. So.
Whenever you just like catapult yourself into the ether, that really tickles me. I have to admit.
Ow! 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 Everything sucks. All right, so I guess we are gonna take out both of them.
That sort of came down together. At first, it was going to be what makes for more entertaining Let's Play series, but now we're just mad.
Yeah.
Fuck. Just left him up.
Oh, hey.
So, if you don't bother Paolo, is this his last appearance?
Huh?
Yeah.
Wow. In that case, in my playthrough, Paolo is a huge red herring.
I've
been trying to bring Byrne down for months.
This is just...
We've been at war with the Abbey, not just...
Oh, jeez.
I brought you, Byrne. What do you want?
And then it just makes us stand there.
Yep. I was not intending to bring Byrne to him. Oh god, we're back here. Gotta go back, get Corvo's trophy so we can beat him with it.
Who's running around over there?
The trophy my father got for winning the blade verbena.
We should pick this up too, just for the heck of it.
Corvo must have lived here 3 decades ago at least.
Give Emily something to say while we're running away from wherever we are now.
But strictures.
What?
Hello?
I think one of the small pleasures I have just watching you zip through people is just like listening to them be surprised, but not really productively surprised.
Damn it.
Can't believe my eyes. Looky,
Hi.
looky. If you're working with us, good. But
Yeah, that
So
didn't work out so great though.
Like I was saying, you know, it's kind of funny actually because they do such a job of establishing Paolo as a villain, like more work than they do to establish like any other villain that I've really approached thus far, particularly. And in my case, I only saw him the one time when he came in to buy shit, and then I'm like, okay, well, have a nice life, I guess.
Yeah.
And now I just completely bypassed him by doing the riddle without even realizing that that was how you get through the door, because I never even checked in with people and found out that that was the case. So for me, Paolo just dropped right out of the video game. And that's interesting. I mean, I guess objectively it's not fantastic design, but I kind of like it anyhow.
I'm kind of sad I missed this. I did the riddle as well and didn't think I was missing anything. I mostly skipped it because Camster said he didn't like it.
Cash register.
What was that, Alex?
Oh, I was saying I mostly skipped it because you said you didn't like it. It was the worst map in the game, so I didn't do it.
No, it's not the worst map. I didn't say that.
Oh. Well.
So we can just like leave and just leave Byrne in a compromising position on the roof of one of Paolo's buildings to wake up later. We can give him to Paolo, although as we proved that doesn't really work out so well for us. Or we can take out Paolo too, which is kind of challenging because we have to hit him twice. And basically throw him into the mines.
In for a penny.
Which is basically throwing him into slavery, so
Yeah, I mean, honestly, like, getting involved with these people cheapens you.
Oh well.
I mean, we did spend an entire extra special episode cracking that code.
Yeah, let's just fucking leave. Who cares?
So you can just leave this completely up in the air.
Well, we've got the code now. So yeah, we can just, like, go. There's the guy that died because I tried to choke him out, and then the beast stung me, and that was apparently enough to murder him.
Classic character.
So, I have a question. I've been thinking about this after running into Corvo's home and everything, and how the game is really good about building its world, but really bad about actually selling you on a narrative.
We must have ruined 2 bone charms.
Why did Jindosh build this?
This bone charm. Because apparently somebody wanted to put the worst possible lock of all time. Oh, that bone charm is on Paolo.
Well, I mean, the answer for it is right there. It's not even like it's a puzzle. It's not even a lock, because a lock you keep the key secret. She's gonna dance.
Yeah, it's also pretty flimsy, but the riddle itself is such a quality like puzzle that it's kind of irrelevant, I guess.
I guess more that it feels like it's.
How do we kill 4 hostiles?
The game
Probably
developer
from the war that started after we ran away from Paolo's territory, and that apparently counts as us murdering people.
I'm gonna say sympathetic embarrassment.
Well, we're still at overall low chaos, so...
Still at overall low chaos. Words to live by. Albeit not words for others to live by, as it happens.
Words for the majority of people, but not every individual to live by.
Time is an odd thing. Growing up, I was excited about what the years might hold, about the places I'd visit. I recall childhood moments with my mother on her throne, and my father, a figure of mystery. I remember the rat plague.
So yes, I have not seen this before.
And all that happened at the Hound Pit's pub. Now this. I just want to put an end to Delilah's reign and get my father back. This house holds her secrets.
So this is
Delilah pulled herself up
probably
from tragedy,
the
grabbing
best
empire and changing it to
level
her
in the
liking.
game.
It's certainly got the most interesting gimmick mechanic.
She transformed a coddled dilettante into a schemer who helped her.
It's pretty much a toss-up between this and Clockwork Manor, and I'd say this one,
She's made herself
like, there are
immortal,
certain things that
and
you
even
can
my
do
father's
as an
sword
extension of
couldn't
this
end her life.
mechanic
I'm going
that
to
are really
undo what she's
cool.
done. And next time, I'll hold on to the things I cherish.
I was really
In some
skeptical
way-
when you guys said that Clockwork, there was another one that was like better than Clockwork Mansion. I'm like, I don't know. But I just finished this today, and it's, I don't know, I think I like this better.
That's strange. I feel drained
Why is opening my journal taking so long? What the hell was that?
by this place.
It was thinking.
She's
Okay,
drained by this
let's,
place. Takes a long time to open a book.
What do we want for powers here? Don't care about that.
So
in
we
fact, none of these
seal-
powers actually matter all that much. I'm thinking about getting Bone Charm crafting.
So Jindosh sealed away Artemis Manor with his riddle, with the intent of, I guess, only him and other super geniuses being able to crack that riddle, being able to get inside to see the manor.
Yeah, I don't
is an
really
arrogant son of a
know.
bitch.
Stilton's sealed off from the rest of the district.
What? This Stilton
I mean,
isn't
it's
really
a
an
contrivance,
arrogant
but
son of a
let's
bitch,
be...
actually. This is... You're thinking about
yeah,
Luca
that's-
Abel. This
No,
isn't the Duke.
actually, I'm thinking about Jindosh.
Oh. Oh, yeah, well... Yes, Jindosh.
I mean, let's be real here. Riddles in video games and in RPGs and in really any kind of just, interactive fiction are almost always a contrivance of the worst kind, but riddles are rad, so we just kind of look the other way.
Yeah.
Well, I guess more my point isn't that the riddle is bad. The riddle is awesome. But much like the gimmick in this level and the Clockwork Manor and a lot of the systems in this game in general, it feels like a bunch of people who are really, really, really good at engineering a specific sort of game, sort of having fun with a formula. And even though they're really good at world building, they don't care if it necessarily makes any sense. Or feels in some way artificial because they want to show off how good they can do this particular thing. Like, the Clockwork Manor is almost pornographic in terms of being a level design feat.
Yeah, I mean, we've sort of focused on this before, how, it's an interesting level to go through, but almost more than that, it's just itself an accomplishment in terms of this was not a difficult thing to make real.
I thought there
What
was
are we
more
looking
cool stuff
for?
on this level. I guess not. The hole in the ceiling. Anyway, so we can't use our powers right now, you'll notice.
We're all doing a no powers run.
Warm the quilts, will you?
Here's Miss Stilton. Oh no.
3 years ago,
I didn't come here to talk to you.
Stilton snapped like a cheap lock. A part of him and a part of this house.
I would say, like,
mean-
I understand what you're saying about the disjointedness of, like, some of the narrative and the gimmicks, but at the same time, this game is really framed as a more serialized sort of thing,
That's
all
true.
kind of strung together.
Yeah.
Right? Like, every level's different in tone and style. Well, they're not all completely different, but they try to give it its own look.
You're right, to an extent that I'm actually kind of wondering, could they have gone more, like, could they have committed to that more? Is there, like, a way they could have made this feel a little less disjointed, more, like, genuinely, entirely serial? Because I think at present, it feels a little bit too much like there is connective tissue, there's just not much in the connective tissue.
Take this. Imagine it's a kind of timepiece.
Well, they could have leaned into it real hard. They could have, like, had each level and, like, have, like, a Kill Bill style thing where each of the Delilah's, like, assistants is, like, their own sort of, like, boss of that world. They could have leaned real hard into it. That would have been really cool, actually. It would have been completely different in
this-
tone, though.
This is our mechanic for this level. Something fucking crazy happened here 3 years ago, and the Outsider has given us this timepiece, and we can, at will, pop between the future and the past.
And indeed change the timeline.
Yeah.
And the little shards are there so that when you're hopping back and forth, you can see if there's guards, or you're not just going to teleport to a world where guards are about to stab you.
Yeah.
The only way out of here is through.
I mean, just the
present.
audaciousness
Using
of
this
that
timepiece.
design in terms of the faith you have to have in your engine, because it means you have to be rendering pretty much both scenes at once, and doing a bunch of post-processing on whichever one's coming through the shard. That's pretty impressive.
And it was interesting because,
is.
like 6 months before this, Titanfall 2 did the same thing. Or no, actually, it was more like 2 or 3 months before this.
It was like a month and a half, yeah, it was not very long. And it was not the exact same thing, but it was a very similar idea. But
Yeah.
in that, it was more of a platforming challenge where you would hop between A and B timelines in order to, basically you would wall run on one wall and then jump, and then in the middle of that jump, switch timelines so that you can then land on a wall that wasn't there in the previous timeline. And so it was all more about manipulating time zones to, sort of switch A and B worlds for platforming purposes. This does a little bit of that, but mostly what it does is having you memorize 2 sets of maps and 2 sets of guards, so that you have to know what route is available to you in what timeline, and how to sneak around guards by being able to literally phase to a different time zone and then phase back.
And Stilton has the lock code.
Also, it does some cool world building stuff with it that I don't think Titanfall 2 did a little bit of that.
Yeah.
But this focuses way more on the actual narrative implications of. It's
yeah, this is a lot more about
excuse of a
exploring the
flashback.
space in these 2 time periods. Oh, I guess I can't go through there either way.